I created my very first bottle of fragrance when I was just 5 years old. I started out in skincare. The turning point at that business was one lady one day bought 100 bottles of bath oil. That took our business and catapulted it. Opened my first little store in London, and within a period of 5 years grew so rapidly that the greatest cosmetic giant in the world, Estee Lauder, bought it. And from that moment I continued to create fragrance until I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And after fighting cancer for a year I felt very differently, and so I made the decision, after coming through all of that, while opening a store on Madison Avenue, to exit the brand I had formed, and so I did. When you sell your business, of course you're going to have a non-compete. Mine was for 5 years and it was grueling, and I was the most unhappy I've ever been. Why? Because fragrance was my best friend. It wasn't a business and a job or a career. I just realised during that time, that 5 years, that all I wanted to do was take my memories and put them back in a bottle. I was a full-time mum, of which that was the best job, picking up my son from school every day, dropping him off, and I loved it. But during that period of when I dropped him off and picked him up, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so unhappy. So the whole process of starting a new brand was very different from the first time. I was back round a kitchen table and I was sitting there thinking, okay, no product, no shop, no brand, no packaging, literally nothing. All I had was the passion to do it again. I thought everybody knew I'd left Jo Malone. Nobody knew. So there I was, this sort of little shopkeeper standing in the background thinking, how am I going to do it? How was I going to create the first fragrance? And so I picked up the phone on the first day, spoke to a couple of fragrance houses, people who I'd never worked with before, and I decided to use my married name, not Jo Malone. Well, no call was returned, no messages, nothing, absolutely nothing. And so by the first week I was fed up with that, so I decided to use my name, and I called a fragrance house and said, can you get somebody to call me back? My name is Jo Malone. Within 5 minutes the call was returned. And I started to work and had to go back. After 5 years of not creating fragrance, it didn't come back naturally to me at all. And so it was a real challenge.